Little Sugar Shop of Horrors by Pinstroke. Chapter 3 Flower Power. Pinkie Pie made her way down the stairs, well rested and ready for the day. The dinner with Bottom Line the previous evening had gone better than she would have expected. He treated him to a meal, hoping to convince Mr. and Mrs. Cake to sell Sugarcube Corner. She was happy when the Cakes politely told him no. But like the mogul, Bottom Line didn't press the issue. He just accepted their answer, and they spent the rest of the evening having a pleasant meal. He would let her order 2 desserts. The desserts, however, hadn't tasted as good as Pinkie Pie hoped. Their flavor was soured by her own withering guilt. Bottom Line wasn't a bad pony like Mogul, and neither were any of the ponies at Starbucks. Yet she had stolen from them. She had broken the window and took every pastry and sweet, just so she could feed Sweet Tooth and get a good night's sleep in the same evening. She was tempted to admit her guilt right there, but fears of jail, being separated from her friends, the Cakes, Sweet Tooth, and Gummy all made her keep the secret. At the very least, Pinkie Pie swore to herself she'd never steal anything again, and so far Sweet Tooth hadn't convinced her to break that vow. The previous evening, Sweet Tooth was surprisingly content with the day's leftovers. And it was a sign Sweet Tooth's appetite was finally dying down. Something she could only hope for. "Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Cake!" Pinkie Pie greeted them when she reached the bottom of the stairs. The Cakes were already working on to get the shop ready for the day, filling the displays with freshly baked treats and making sure the floor was clean. "Good morning, Pinkie Pie," Mrs. Cake replied. "Did you sleep well?" "Yep," Pinkie Pie said with a nod. She did have one bad dream about ponies finding out she was a pastry thief, but that wasn't something she could tell the Cakes. "That's good to hear. We need to be on the tip of our hose today. We got a couple of big orders to fill. There's already a pony outside waiting to be let in. So, Pinkie Pie, could you please unlock the door and start working on the orders? I've left a list out on the kitchen counter for you." "You got it," said Pinkie Pie with a playful salute. She bounced the door and unlocked it, turned the sign from closed to open. Then she pulled the door on the handle, waiting on a warm smile to greet the first customer of the day. It was a smile that faltered when she saw Mogul Magnet standing on the front step. "Oh, hello," Pinkie stammered a little, straining to keep a smile on her face. Coming face to face with the pony she had arguably stolen from made guilt flare up in her chest. She, however, managed to stop hating herself from blurting out the truth instead of sighing, "Please, come in." Mogul gave a curious nod of his head and stepped to the bakery.
"Thank you. I was wondering if I could have a word with the Cakes."
Mr. and Mrs. Cake perked up at the sound of their name. They paused from what they were doing and walked up to Mogul. "Oh, hi, Mr. Magnet. I'm surprised to see you here this early."
"Yeah, I do hope you don't mind the intrusion. I just want to speak to you about something."
Mogul said, with a huff to adjust his tie, as well as the bright red flower in his chest pocket was standing perfectly upright. "If this is about us sinning," Mrs. Cake rarely began, pacing for Mogul's badgering already running short.
"It's not," Mogul interrupted her. "I just want to say that I'm very impressed by how much of a fight your little shop has put up. Between my Starbucks' generous offer, I would have expected this place to become my most recent acquisition. Still, this is not the case. I'm here to admit defeat."
"Excuse me?" Mr. Cake gasped, not quite understanding where Mogul was going.
"I wanted you two to know that I'm closing the Ponyville Starbucks branch indefinitely. You would have been proven to be superior business, and to the defender goes the spoils."
Mr. and Mrs. Cake looked at each other, and before Mrs. Cake could look back at Mogul. "Oh, well, we're very sorry to hear that. We never want to ruin your store or our business, Mr. Magnet. We just don't want to lose your own." Mr. Cake nodded. "Yes, and we don't want to make any pony lose their job either. We know some of the ponies at your job is employed, and they liked working there. They even felt guilty when we were having trouble. We knew it was nothing personal, of course, but they are still apologetic."
"Still, you didn't need to worry about any of the ponies that work there,"
Mogul said with a reassuring grin.
"I know how devastating it must be to lose a job, so I've given them all very generous service packages. I'm sure it'll be enough to keep them afloat until they found work elsewhere."
Mogul winced, reached inside under his coat, and scratched at a spot, as if he had just been nipped by a bug. Shook his head with a grin to smile, as if a sudden itch never happened. Mr. and Mrs. Cake didn't seem to think much about it. When Pinkie Pie felt her pinky side sitting up, it was a sensation she wasn't familiar with, but she knew it was there. Yet Before Pinkie Pie could get a proper gauge on what had caused their pink sense of flair, it was gone. Bungle was heading to the door, and the cakes were following a few steps behind.
Now, I'm afraid I have to go, Muggle said. After all, you have your quaint little bakery to run, and I have my corporate empire.
Bungle reached the door, and was about to leave when he turned and looked at the cakes over his shoulder.
But before I go, hope you don't mind, I'll give you some advice. If I were you, I'd suggest giving some of those flowers from that plant to customers.
It does seem like a house surplus of flowers, doesn't it? Mrs. Cake commented.
Yes.
Mr. Bungle confirmed. He sat down at the bakery and began walking towards the nearby waiting chariot.
Nothing makes customers happy than getting something for free.
Pinkie Pie found herself in front of a cash register a few hours later. She worked quickly to exchange the customers' bits with the desired baked goods. Starbucks closure had made things busier than ever before. The bakery was packed to capacity, and a line snaked around the interior and stretched out the front door. At the rate the ponies were buying food, Sugarcube Corner would be sold out by early afternoon. The concern of running out of food wasn't at the front of Pinkie's mind. In fact, she was looking kind of forward to it. She hadn't enjoyed a real day off since she found Sweet Tooth. No, the thing that worried her was that every customer who came out to the cash register had a flower tucked behind their ear. Their mane, tail, looped around their wrists like a bracelet. The Kings had thought about Mogul's suggestion and decided to take it. They listened to help of Lily, Roselike, and Daisy, and now the three flower ponies were seated at the far end of the room, next to Sweet Tooth. They traded blossoms for Sweet Tooth's vines, and with a happy smile, presented every customer with a flower. Pinkie Pie was worried that all the snipping was going to hurt Sweet Tooth, but the giant plant had yet to protest. Blossom after blossom was being stitched from her vines. Yet, Sweet Tooth was growing the flowers back as quickly as they were being removed. The new flowers seemed to be grown just for ponies in the line. Sweet Tooth always seemed to have at least one flower that was a perfect match for the customer's coat, hair, or saddlebags.
Excuse me.
Pinkie Pie shook her head, realizing once again she had gotten distracted. She turned her attention to the customer who was standing by the cash register. It was Fluttershy, and she was wearing a gentle smile. Like everybody else, she had one of Sweet Tooth's blossoms tucked into her mane. It was a big, teal flower that went with her eyes perfectly.
Hey, Fluttershy, what can I get you?
Pinkie Pie asked, pushing her concerns from the back of her mind.
Oh, I'd just like a small sugar cookie, please, and a bit of carrot cake for Angel.
Fluttershy answered quietly. She deposited the exact amount of bits for the purchase onto the carrot.
Sure, just let me grab them for you.
Pinkie Pie replied, and with well-practiced speed and efficiency, she fetched the two treats and placed them onto a small bag. Then, she nudged the bag towards Fluttershy, before just scooping the bits out of the carrot.
There you go. I hope Angel likes the carrot cake.
Fluttershy sniffed at the bag, smiling at the sweet aroma.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love it. Though, what is it, Fluttershy?
Fluttershy began. She went over to Sweet Tooth.
Will it be okay if I ask for another flower? I know we're only supposed to get one, but I saw this little itty-bitty flower that was so cute on Needle. Still, if you say no, I'll understand. I know a lot of ponies want flowers, and...
Pinkie Pie pushed the cash register's door shut, cutting Fluttershy off.
Don't worry, Fluttershy. Nobody's gonna mind if you ask for another flower, especially if it's just a small one. Oh, wonderful.
Fluttershy cheered in her own quiet way.
Yay.
She turned to leave, paused to scratch at her mane, then turned back to Pinkie Pie with an idea in her eyes.
Oh, do you think I could get a little flower for all my animal friends, too?
Pinkie Pie smiled weakened.
Well, that's a lot of flowers to be cutting off a Sweet Tooth, but I suppose you can ask Roselike if she thinks it's okay.
Fluttershy hopped into the air happily.
Oh, I hope she says yes. All my little animals will look so cute. They get their own little flower.
With that, Fluttershy grabbed out the bag containing her purchased treats. She fluttered into the air and flew over to where Roselike, Lily, and Daisy were working. Pinkie Pie stood back, watching as Rarity flirted about the room. Papers, pencils, fabric samples, and other seamstress tools floated in the air, suspended by magic as he worked at a feverish pace. For Rarity, this was nothing out of the ordinary. Pinkie Pie had seen her friend go on similar creative businesses when she was struck with inspiration, managing to multitask like no pony in Equestria. It was just how she got when she was having a lot of fun planning a party. She just bounced around, putting up decorations so quickly, the party would be ready before she even knew it. The oddity of the situation, however, was the location. Rarity had set herself up at Sugarcube Corner after closing time, taking over the front of the shop. In the few days since the cakes had been giving out Sweet Tooth's blossoms, Flowers have become the latest hit trend in Ponyville. The ponies who possessed the flower never went anywhere without it, and the sight of a colorful buzz was inspiring other ponies to come by to the bakery for their own. For Rarity, it was a golden opportunity. She saw flowers being the next fashion trend in Equestria, and was eager to be the one to kick it off. Of course, in a few hours of work, she had sketched out dozens of designs in different palettes. Also, she wasn't showing any sign of slowing down. Plucking another flower for Sweet Tooth's vines, Rarity levitated over the dressmaker form she brought over to Sugarcube Corner. Placed the flower behind the mannequin's ear, and then used her magic to change the mannequin's color. The white fabric shifted into a spectrum of colors. Rarity was taking detailed notes of which colors seemed to go well with each blossom. It's so amazing. I don't know why flower fashion didn't catch on sooner. Yes, there is the issue that the cut flowers tend to wilt after a few days, but Sweet Tooth's buds are just so resilient. Rarity looked at a hub to touch the white flower that was placed elegantly in her mane. I've had mine for almost a week now, and it's just beautiful as the day I got it. It's just astounding. Don't you agree, Pinkie Pie? Rarity asked. She looked over at her friend, who smiled back. Yeah, that's my Sweet Tooth. He's a tough little plant. Yes, but I wouldn't quite say little. Rarity smiled. She turned to Sweet Tooth and tilted her head back. The plant now dominated the whole corner of the shop, its pods scraping the roof while its vines covered in by walls of flower. I dare say, Pinkie Pie, that you may need to consider moving Sweet Tooth outside. Pinkie Pie walked up beside Rarity. I don't know. Sweet Tooth might like it inside, but what happens when winter comes? I wouldn't want Sweet Tooth to freeze. A valid point. Well, it was just a... Rarity tossed her head and crinkled her nose, like she was suffering a horrible ice cream headache. Looked back at Pinkie Pie, fresh inspiration flashing in her eyes. Wait a minute. I just have a wonderful idea. Oh? What was it? Is that peanut butter and chocolate really go well together? Pinkie Pie asked. No, Rarity said flatly. I was thinking about how much good Sweet Tooth did for Sugarcube Corner. How much good it could do for the whole town. What if we moved to the town hall? Open it up so anybody could come in and see Sweet Tooth. We'll make it like a tourist attraction. Rarity smiled wide, her mind continuing down the inspirational train of thought. Oh, yes! Now that's an even better idea. Just think about it, Pinkie Pie. Ponies from across the Equestria will come to see Sweet Tooth, especially if it gets getting bigger. It'll be a boost in business not only for Sugarcube Corner, but the entire town. Tourism means more business, and more business means a better economy. Now, before you know it, our little town will be booming. There will be new ponies, new homes, and new businesses. Pinkie Pie looked at the ceiling and thought about the idea. Well, I do love throwing welcoming parties for new ponies. You're right, Sweet Tooth is getting way too big for the bakery. Still, do you really think the mayor will want to put Sweet Tooth in town hall? I'm positive she absolutely loved the idea. In fact, I'm going to run out and fight to discuss it with her. Rarity turned to leave, but paused a moment to pick one of Sweet Tooth's flowers. What's that for? Pinkie Pie asked. Just a little something for the mayor, just in case she hasn't gotten one. I think it'll help me convince me that this is a good idea. Rarity answered as he tried towards the door. Now, the idea and watch my things when I come back. Sure, I'll keep an eye on everything, Rarity. Pinkie Pie called just before Rarity tried out the door. Once Rarity was gone, Pinkie Pie walked over to beside Sweet Tooth. So, did you hear all that? Sweet Tooth bent her paw down and nodded. I'll certainly it. And are you okay with it? Pinkie Pie asked. I mean, you've been here in Sugarcube Corner your entire life, and I know what it's like to move away from your home. It was really hard when I got to my family's rock farm, and I want you to know you don't have to leave me. You don't want to. Sweet Tooth smiled and bent her paw down near Pinkie Pie. Oh, that's sweet of you, but you don't have to worry about me. Your friend's right. I'm just getting too big for this little shop. If I keep growing, I'll break right through the roof. That town hall, though, that place is plenty of room for me to spread my vines. Pinkie Pie nodded, moving up to and nuzzling one of Sweet Tooth's vines. Oh, my little Sweet Tooth is all grown up and ready to move out of the bakery and help with the whole town. I'm so proud. And I could have done it without you, Pinkie Pie, Sweet Tooth said. She drew a couple of her flowering vines near Pinkie Pie, plucking one of her own flowers and placing it in Pinkie's mane. But don't you worry. I'll love living at town hall. You're always welcome to come by, as long as you need a treat. Pinkie Pie giggled. Uh-oh, sounds like someone's here hungry. Don't worry, I'll go grab you something to snack on before Rarity comes back. Pinkie Pie turned to leave, and looked at a hole to the flower Sweet Tooth had placed in her mane. She was just going to make sure it was secure in place. But when she felt the flower, she quickly drew it out of her curls. It already wilted and lost a number of its petals.
Wonder what's wrong with my flower.
Sweet Tooth took the wilted powder from Pinkie Pie and tossed it away. I zero sells supply blossom. Once I get into the town hall, I'll get to work on creating a very special flower just for you. One that won't ever wilt. You like that, wouldn't you, Pinkie Pie?
Of course I would, Pinkie Pie chirped. No, how about I go make you those frosty squares you love so much?
Sweet Tooth licked her lips. Oh, such a simple delight. Whatever Pony decided to put frosting between 2 graham crackers was a genius. So quick, so simple, but good. Pinkie Pie bounced to the kitchen.
Well then, 2 dozen frosty squares coming up.
Sweet Tooth kept smiling until she was sure Pinkie Pie wasn't coming back out of the kitchen. Then her smile turned to a frown. She looked at wilted flower and tapped one of her vines against the ground. Pinkie Pie stood in the front room of Sugarcube Corner, looking at the empty corner where Sweet Tooth used to sit. A week had gone by since Rarity had her idea to move Sweet Tooth into Town Hall. It had been a few days since the move actually occurred. Rarity was right. The mayor jumped at the idea of using Sweet Tooth as a tourist attraction for the town. Banners and posters were already going up town, advertising Sweet Tooth's presence. Come Sweet Tooth, the most amazing planet Equestria. Only in Ponyville, the astounding Sweet Tooth. Free flower for every visitor. Get your picture taken with Sweet Tooth. From what Pinkie Pie had heard, similar advertising were also going up in several of Equestria's bigger cities. Sweet Tooth had also taken the move well. Once he was out of a cramped corner in the bakery, she underwent a growth spurt. Now, she was easily twice as tall as Celestia, with most of that height coming from her huge pod. The vines spread out all across the floor in Town Hall, and were already crawling up the walls. Pinkie Pie was happy to see Sweet Tooth doing so well, but she kind of missed having her little Sweet Tooth around. She wouldn't deny. She'd been roughed in a couple of places. She committed a pastry burglary to keep Sweet Tooth satisfied. It was something she regretted. She did not, however, regret doing what she could to keep Sweet Tooth alive and to keep Sugarcube Corner open. Moving to the corner, Pinkie Pie scraped her hoof at some of the trailing bits of dirt and dead leaves that lingered where Sweet Tooth once stood. She knew she could visit Sweet Tooth whenever she wanted. She was just down the street after all. A smile crept into her face. She resolved to go see Sweet Tooth the next day and take her favorite little plant from a plate of cookies. Still, they wouldn't have to wait for the morning. After sneaking a few leftover cookies for herself from the kitchen, Pinkie Pie went upstairs to her bedroom. She brushed her teeth, tucked gummy into his basket, then left her bag into her own bed. She giggled, bounced on the mattress, and snuggled in beneath the covers. She looked at her window and began to thinking of all the parties that Sweet Tooth would bring into the town, both tourists and new residents. She couldn't wait to throw all those welcome parties. Pinkie Pie groggily opened her eyes a few hours later. She sat up in bed, checked her clock, and saw it was a little after midnight. She didn't know why she had woken up until she felt a tingle run up her spine and her mouth turned sour. She dismissed the sensation at first, but when it repeated, she paid more attention. It was Pinkie sense, troubles she never experienced before. Yet, whatever was happening, it was happening outside. Getting out of her bed, Pinkie Pie made her way to her bedroom window, stuck her head out of the night air. It took all of her eyes a moment to adjust, but when they did, she saw the streets of Ponyville, which should have been empty, were full of ponies. They were all marching towards the center of town, and many of them were carrying plates covered with cookies, brownies, cupcakes, and other desserts. In almost an instant, the lingering cobwebs of sleep that clung to Pinkie Pie's mind were blown away. Her blue eyes widened with excitement, and she bounded away from her window. There was only one reason ponies could be taking so many sugar-sweet streets towards the center of town so late at night. They were going to have a party! Not wanting to miss out, Pinkie Pie slid downstairs and quickly whipped up a few dozen s'mores, then bounced right out of Sugarcube Corner, with the tray of treats balanced on her head and joined the crowd. It didn't take Pinkie Pie long to spot one of her friends.
Oh, hey, Applejack!
Pinkie Pie called out. She bounded up beside her friend, who was pulling a cart full of apple pies and treats.
Why didn't anybody tell me we were having a party tonight? I was so totally decorated. Oh, what's the party for? No, wait, let me guess. It's somebody's birthday, isn't it? No, wait, she's making answer. It's a wedding! Wait, this is making sense here. Ponies aren't usually supposed to bring their food of their own to a wedding. Pinkie Pie giggled. Oh, I don't know. That makes it so fun. So, I give up. What's the party for, Applejack?
Sweet Tooth.
Applejack answered. though her tone was flat and accent was weaker than normal.
Oh, really? You're all throwing this big party for Sweet Tooth? That is so amazing. I know everybody really liked the flowers that you've been picking off of Sweet Tooth, and I know she's going to be helping out town a lot. Still, I didn't think ponies would want to throw her a party this soon. Unless somebody would have told me, I would have baked a huge cake. It would have been chocolate, and we would have had frosting and sprinkles and strawberries and candles and...
Pinkie Pie trailed off when she and Applejack raced to Town Hall. She expected the room to be decorated. She expected to hear music and see ponies laughing and having a great time. She even kind of hoped to see Sweet Tooth dancing and talking to other ponies, since up to that point, Sweet Tooth had only spoken to her. What was going on in the Town Hall, however, was far from what Pinkie Pie could have considered a party. The ponies arriving outside were forming a line in front of Sweet Tooth. There, two Pegasi went back and forth, taking the freshly delivered sweets and dropping them into Sweet Tooth's waiting maw. Then, once the ponies delivered their treats, they either left Town Hall or went to another task. There were ponies using files to sharpen Sweet Tooth's thorns. Others were massaging Sweet Tooth's vines. One pony was even painting Sweet Tooth's portrait.
Hey, what's going on? This doesn't look like a party.
Pinkie nudged Applejack, trying to get her attention.
Applejack, hello? I guess what was going on?
Applejack didn't even turn her head in Pinkie Pie's direction. She just moved with the line of ponies, heading up to deliver tweets to Sweet Tooth. Not sure why Applejack was ignoring her. Pinkie Pie looked around the room and caught sight of Rarity and Fluttershy. The pair were working with a pair of sewing machines on one of Town Hall's balcony.
Hey, Rarity, Fluttershy, can you tell me what's going on?
Pinkie Pie asked when she bounced over to her friends. They, however, were just as silent as Applejack. They remained focused on their work, stitching a few banners for Town Hall. They were embroidering a silver red disc of Sweet Tooth's pond and vines.
Yoo-hoo! Girls, can you hear me?
Pinkie Pie asked, so we have a hoof in front of Rarity. But the fascinating desire didn't so much as blink. She would continue to try and press those two for information, but her eyes were defined by a familiar chromatic blur.
Oh, hey, Rainbow Dash, can you tell me what's going on?
Pinkie Pie asked. Rainbow Dash had just flown by with a cloud. She positioned it right above Sweet Tooth, jumped into the cloud, and began to draw in place. The gentle strikes caused the cloud to release a fine mist, which fell into and refreshed Sweet Tooth's leaves. Pinkie Pie threw her eyebrows for being ignored for a fourth time. She hung herself down, twisted her tail in the air, and sprung off the balcony where Rarity and Fluttershy were working. She wasn't able to jump far enough to reach Rainbow Dash's cloud, but she did get far enough to snatch Rainbow Tail into her teeth. With a sudden dissonant weight of Pinkie Pie hanging off her tail, Rainbow Dash fell off her cloud and the pair crashed onto the floor. There, Pinkie Pie quickly helped Rainbow Dash back to her house.
I'm sorry, Rainbow Dash, but everybody is acting so weird, and I want to know what kind of party this is.
Rainbow Dash paused, as if she was going to answer Pinkie Pie's question. Instead, she turned and bucked. The only thing that kept Pinkie Pie from getting a hoof to the chest was her pinking sense, which gave her enough warning to duck beneath Rainbow Dash's hooves. Then, without a word of apology or explanation, Rainbow Dash flew away, resumed trying in place on the cloud, missing Sweet Tooth, as if nothing had happened.
Rainbow Dash?
Pinkie Pie trailed, confused why her friend was trying to buck her.
Oh, Pinkie Pie! What's wrong? Why the long face?
Pinkie Pie got off the ground and looked in Sweet Tooth's direction. The pet paused for her gluttonous feast and smiled down at Pinkie Pie.
Sweet Tooth, what's going on? Why is everybody feeding you and sharpening your thorns and making banners for you? Why aren't any of my friends talking to me? What kind of party is this?
They're feeding me because I told them to.
Sweet Tooth answered, before giving her flying a lick. One nearby Pegasi slipped down and grabbed half a dozen pies from Applejack's cart, dropped them all in Sweet Tooth's mouth.
But when did you ask them to do this? The only pony you've ever spoken to is me. I think my friends would have said something if they were going to bake you treats.
Oh no, Pinkie Pie, you don't understand,
Sweet Tooth said, returning her smacking her lips.
I didn't ask your friend to make me these sweets. I told him to.
Sweet Tooth reached out a vine and struck the side of Applejack's face.
They obeyed me like the sweet and innocent as they are.
But they aren't your servants,
Pinkie Pie snapped, not liking the tone of Sweet Tooth's voice.
They're ponies and my friends.
You can go all right about that. They're ponies.
Sweet Tooth resorted.
Despite what you may think, they're my servants, and they say sugar ain't your friends anymore.
Sweet Tooth flicked her vine again, beckoning a Pegasus to dump a small mountain of brownies into her mouth.
You see, Pinkie Pie? I'm a sweet trap. I'll eat sweets. The bigger I am, the more sweets I need. The more sweets I need, the bigger I get. It's a wonderful little cycle that continues until I'm fully grown. Then, I just eat sweets because I want to. Now, I'll admit that, for a while, I was satisfied with those little snacks you were giving me at Sugarcube Corner. But, I got bigger and hungrier. You just weren't cutting it anymore. Sweet Tooth explained. She paused to pick the tray out of her teeth and thrust it across the room. I was sure my hunger was going to get the best of me, and I would have to do something drastic. But I got lucky. Muggle man came to Sugarcube Corner trying to cut me down instead. Normally, any pony that takes a swing at me doesn't get to see sunrise. Yet, just when I was about to give him the proper introduction to my thoughts, I had a thought. Muggle is a business pony that the kings respect. It was in my thoughts. A pony that with the proper influence would be able to make a simple little suggestion. Pinkie Pie's eyes went wide. She remembered what Mogul suggested the morning he announced he was closing Starbucks. He suggested that the cakes give out Sweet Tooth's flowers. She could also remember that Mogul had a red flower in his suit's pocket. One of Sweet Tooth's flowers. Sweet Tooth grinned deviously at the shocked Pinkie Pie's face. Looks like some pony pie put two and two together. Took you long enough.
So, this entire time, this has been your plan.
Well, not this specifically, Sweet Tooth admitted. She laid her pie down on the flies, and while she waved her nonchalantly in the air, I ain't just going first. First, I eat sugar trees and get bigger. Second, I convince some of the ponies to get me more food and get bigger. Third, I'll take over a few ponies' minds with my flowers. Eat sweets and get bigger. You know, it was a rough plan, but you and Muggle helped us so much.
But the flowers, how are they?
Look, do you really care how it works? Sweet Tooth snapped. The pace as the conversation was running out. All you need to know is that when I put one of my flowers through a pony, it takes over. I'll even admit, it took me a little while to get a feel for how a pony's mind works. I was only able to implant the ideas at first. Give first had the idea to get flowers for all our animal friends. Barely wanted to move me here to stay at all. That was me too.
But why? Why would you do all this?
Pinkie Pie asked. She took a step towards Sweet Tooth, a few flickers of hope flashing in her eyes.
Are things so bad at the bakery? We were all so happy then. I fed you treats, you brought customers to keep the bakery open. You're my little Sweet Tooth and I loved you.
Sweet Tooth reached out and fine pressed Pinkie Pie's cheek. Oh, isn't that so adorable? Little Pinkie Pie actually thought I cared about her and that shop of hers. Well, just cookie can. But you and all the cakes were to me was a meal ticket. I don't need you anymore. Sweet Tooth flared her fines, wrapping around several dozen ponies, drawing them something of a hug. Now I got all these ponies doing whatever I want, whenever I want. They're my little mules, and they live to serve me, Sweet Trap Queen.
You're not mules, Pinkie Pie barked with a bounce. They're my friends, and I won't let you do this to them.
Sweet Tooth reached out and fine and poked at Pinkie Pie's chest. Oh yeah? And what you gonna do that about it, Pinkie Meal? Gritting your teeth, Pinkie Pie swallowed Sweet Tooth's fine. She focused on a harsh gaze and pointed at her huff and huff.
I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah? Sweet Tooth taunted. Well, I know exactly how to stop you. Grab her! Before Pinkie Pie knew it, her hooves were planted to the ground. She looked around and saw that Rarity and Twilight were standing by, horns glowing. Their hooves wrapped in a similar glow.
Hey, where'd you go? Twilight, Rarity, don't do what she says. You can fight it.
Oh, no, I can't! Sweet Tooth quieted. She stretched her vines around Pinkie Pie, encircling her with threatening thorns. And soon, neither will you! Pinkie Pie took notice as one of Sweet Tooth's vines was moving directly at her head, carrying a massive flower. It was a bright pink blossom, 3 times as large as the flowers being worn by any of the other ponies. I don't know how you killed that flower, but your name back at the bakery, Sweet Tooth said. She used some of her other vines to hold Pinkie Pie's head still. She brought the gigantic blossom closer. But I'm not taking any chances. This beauty will put you on so far under my influence, you'll practically be a sense of my thorns. Your mouth will be very so different without my will, you won't even know your own name. Doesn't that sound fun?
No, it doesn't!
Pinkie Pie shied. She continued to struggle against Sweet Tooth's vines, but he was simply overpowering her. She couldn't get loose. Well, maybe not for you, but it will be fun for me, Sweet Tooth commented. She placed the fire on Pinkie Pie's mane, and almost instantly, Pinkie Pie felt a strange sensation take over her. Yet, at the same time, Sweet Tooth reared back. Her vines flailed, releasing Pinkie Pie,
and knocking a few standing by ponies off their hooves. With a cry of pain, Sweet Tooth held her pod. Ah, get out! Get out her mind! Sweet Tooth sounded in desperation. The flower-controlled Twilight was the first to come to the planet's aid. Magic ripped an extra-large flower out of Pinkie Pie's curly hair and tossed it across the room. The moment the flower was away from Pinkie Pie, Sweet Tooth's vines went limp. She panted, threw her paw in Pinkie Pie's direction. What is wrong with you? Pinkie Pie shook her hooves to assure they were no longer magically pinned, before turning and glaring to Sweet Tooth. What do you mean? What's wrong with me? I mean, what's wrong with your head, girl? Sweet Tooth sat back. How can you even function with so much stack? You got random thoughts bouncing around there like rubber balls. Your train of thoughts a train wreck. I was connected to you for 2 seconds and you managed to give me a pounding headache. Pinkie Pie smiled. That means you can't control me like you're controlling everybody else. Do you know what that means? It means you can't stop me or my plan. Plan? Yes, my ultimate plan. The plan that'll let me save all my friends and teach you not to be such a big mean bean. What are you going to do? Sweet Tooth secretly asked. The serious tone of Pinkie Pie's voice and the pink of Sweet Tooth had gotten onto the pony's mind, made her believe that Pinkie Pie could easily have a plan to what she was promising. Oh, you want to know what I'm going to do? Pinkie Pie asked. She was smiling devilishly. You really want to know? Well, I'll tell you. She began to walk towards Sweet Tooth, causing the plan to pull back her vines and attempt to keep her distance from the threatening pony. I'm going... Pinkie Pie began, since he pointed a accusing hoof at Sweet Tooth. To telling you! Sweet Tooth froze for a few moments, the two simply staring at one another, as he broke out into roaring laughter, held her pod with one vine, and waved a few others. At her beckoning call, all the other ponies in the room began to laugh as well. It was a scene that made old memories of discord bubble up in Pinkie Pie's mind. What's so funny? Pinkie Pie demanded. You all! Sweet Tooth answered through her giggles. She waved a few vines near her face, fanning herself, to change their mind, gave her pod a toss, and had a few piggins that fly up use their wings to do fanning. Oh, you real had me going there, Pinkie Pie! I thought you actually had a plan, but you're just bluffing. I'm not bluffing. I'm going to tell on you. Tell who? Sweet Tooth asked. Princess Celestia? Pinkie Pie gave a confirming nod. Yes, I'm going to tell Princess Celestia, and she's going to fly down here. Save everybody and teach you not to be such a bad plant. And how are you going to do that? I'm going to find Spike and... Sweet Tooth cut off Pinkie Pie's explanation with another laugh. She brought a vine close to Pinkie's face and pointed to it in the corner of the room. When Pinkie Pie turned to look, she saw a few ponies who were using Spike's dragonfire to roast marshmallows, flash cook other treats. He had one of Sweet Tooth's flowers secured in his wrist like a bracelet. Give me some credit, Pinkie Pie! Sweet Tooth said several ounces of dragon flame, roasted s'mores, delivered to her by Rainbow Dash. Rainbow jumped a whole basket of Sweet Tooth's mouth, as he continued to speak while too. I wouldn't dare make any move unless I knew what the little dragon being controlled was by one of my flowers. And, so I see so much better when cooked by dragon fire. Makes it so magical. You want to try one? No, I don't. And I don't need Spike to tell Princess Celestia what you're doing, Pinkie Pie spat. She turned and began walking towards the door. I can just tell her myself. Before Pinkie Pie could reach the town hall doors, a pair of ponies sprinted forward and slammed them shut. Pinkie Pie, not to be deterred, started bouncing for one of the smaller entrances, but they were blocked by other mind-controlled ponies. Sweet Tooth even used the Pegasus she had under her power to block the windows. There was no escape. Smiling, Sweet Tooth flicked her vines. Tiny Sparkles snapped to attention, turned a magic to some of the carts and dishes ponies had used to deliver Sweet Tooth's treats. Small pop, the many items became instruments. The ponies around them took them up. They began to beat, and Sweet Tooth began to sway along it. Pinkie Pie looked over her shoulder. You aren't? Oh, I am! Sweet Tooth said. Then she reached out with her vines, spun Pinkie Pie around so they were facing one another. Now just wait a minute! Let's not act in haste! Don't make me kill ya! It ain't such a waste! She poked Pinkie Pie in the chest, hard enough that made Pinkie Pie wince. Let me smell you out good! You're up against the wall! Now we're gonna do things my way! Or we won't do things at all! You don't know what you're messing with! You have no idea! Sweet Tooth saying, you don't know what you're looking at! When you're looking here! You don't know what you're up against! No, way, no how! You don't know what you're messing with, but I'm gonna tell you now! Ponies around the room began to join in the song, their voices forming a frightening chorus as they encircled Pinkie Pie. Their intent was clear. They were going to try to pin Pinkie Pie. Still, just as all the ponies leapt forward to grab her, Pinkie Pie bounced clear and began galloping around the room, looking for a way out. Sweet Tooth laughed, and mostly with her vines, so most of the ponies in the room, except those playing the music, were chasing after Pinkie Pie. Yeah! Get this straight! I'm just a mean green sweet trap from a far-off place, and I'm Queen! Big Green Queen! The ponies in the room sang out, some diving at Pinkie Pie, only for her pinky sights to allow her to slip away uncaught. I'm just a mean green sweet trap from a far-off place, and my court's going to fiend! I'm just a mean green sweet trap you should embrace, because you know what? I own this place! Yeah! I'm mean and green, and I am Queen! Sweet Tooth sang, with the other ponies about the room, for out-of-control minions had cornered Pinkie Pie against the wall. Her normally etheric blue eyes were filled with panic, as he looked for a way to escape but found none. It was a sight that made Sweet Tooth smile, and lean her paw close. Want to save your skin, girl? Then let me lay it all! Want to see you tomorrow? You better shut your maw! Sweet Tooth lectured. You should fall in line, little girl, and serve my motherhood! You should cook me sweets, or prepare your final word! Sweet Tooth flied out her vines, trying to snatch Pinkie Pie. She, however, jumped straight at the right time, dodging the vines. Landing on top of Sweet Tooth's vines, and using a ramp to gallop up the town hall balconies. You don't know what you're messing with! No, you never did! Sweet Tooth sang. She was Pinkie Pie, bounding between the balconies, dodging the swooping attacks of the pig in the room. You don't know what you're looking at! Well, that's tough cookies, kid! The lion don't sleep tonight! If you pull his tail, he rolls! And you say that's not fair? You say that's not nice? You know what I say? Up your... Hey! Pinkie Pie shouted, interrupting the song. She came to a stop at the balcony, and was glaring at Sweet Tooth. You can be mean, but you can't say things like that. Sweet Tooth just chuckled. She pointed at Vine. Pinkie looked into the right side of the point, just in time to see Rainbow Dash barreling at her. There was no time to dodge as Rainbow tackled Pinkie Pie, and the pair crashed to the ground at the town hall. Sweet Tooth was laughing her pound off as Pinkie Pie struggled to escape from Rainbow Dash's hooves. I'm just a mean green sweet tap from a far-off place, and I'm Queen! I'm just a mean green sweet chap with a royal grace, and you've got a new routine. I'm just a mean green sweet chap from a far-off place, and so do what I say, or there'll be no trace, 'cause I'm mean and green, and I am Queen. Sweet Tooth grabbed Pinkie Pie out of the air, suspended her in midair. She brought her paw a few inches to the party pony, like her sharp teeth slipped into place. Don't talk to me about no nightmare moon. I got more bite than all that loon. Forget them all. Just go do. I said about it. Well, boo-hoo-hoo. Pinkie Pie struggled to free herself from Sweet Tooth's vines, but all it did was elicit a laugh from the plant. She brought more vines up close to Pinkie, showing off her freshly sharpened thorns. I got cannonballs, a powerful stem, nasty thorns, and I'm using them. So you better step in line. Nature rules. You got the point. You're all my mules. But why are you doing this, Sweet Tooth? Pinkie Pie asked, making no effort to sing along with the song. Well, Sweet Tooth vectored, because I'm mean and green! She's a mean green sweet tap from a far-off place! The ponies around the room sang in chorus, forming a huge crowd beneath where Sweet Tooth was holding Pinkie Pie in the air. Oh yeah! I'm mean and green! She's a mean green! I'm mean and green! And I am Queen! Sweet Tooth sang before roaring laughs gave her throat. Game over, Pinkie Pie! Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Come by next time where I'll probably sing another classic musical song from another awesome horror movie musical. Oh, are we going to go with the Evil Dead musical? Hell yeah. With that, the ponies had been given instruments, finished the music, and every pony in the room began to applaud. Sweet Tooth smiled and bowed a few times. Hey, you're making a cheer for you, Pinkie Pie accused. She continued to struggle to free herself with Sweet Tooth's vines. So what if I am? Sweet Tooth asked. She stuck on the applause for a few more moments before turning her attention entirely onto Pinkie Pie. Now, well, that was fun. Time to get down to business. Oh, what business is that? Pinkie Pie asked. She glared at Sweet Tooth across her hooves. Being a big bully? No! It's the business of making sure you know how things are going to work around here, Sweet Tooth answered. She snapped her vines, and in a flash, Pinkie's 5 friends snapped to attention, formed a line near Sweet Tooth's pot. Lowering herself down, letting her pot drift just above the heads of the 5 mares. After all, you put want something to happen to your friends. Leave them alone! Pinkie Pie shouted. Sweet Tooth Firefly closed to Applejack, pressing one of the thorns against the boy's neck. I will, if you do what I say, or maybe I need to get a sample. Maybe you need to see how serious I am? Pinkie Pie shook her head furiously, real fear fastening in her eyes. No, don't! I'll do whatever you want. Sweet Tooth lowered her vines from Applejack. Good pony! You play along and don't cause any real trouble, your friends will be fine. You try to tell any pony what's going on here, any pony out. The next part you'll attend will be a funeral. Now go back to Sugarcube Corner. Stop begging me little treats. Your queen is starving! Pinkie, I got an excellent way we can cure this. She said any pony. She did not say zebra, minotaur, boar, or elk. Get to work, girl. You got 6 hours. Then it's back to work. Pinkie Pie didn't even have the energy to nod her head. She barely had enough energy to climb the last few steps. Behind her, the door to her bedroom was shut and locked. Pegasi flared about her windows, on constant guard. She was a prisoner on her own home. Still, at the moment, Pinkie Pie was just too tired to care. To keep her friends safe, she had spent the last 12 hours working in the Sugarcube Corner kitchen. She baked everything from almond cookies to Sakura's ever-free tart recipe without a moment's rest, all while being under constant watch. Flopping down onto her bed, Pinkie Pie struggled to keep her eyes open. She wanted to sleep, wanted to recover from the 12-hour-long cooking spree, but she just couldn't go to sleep. She had to think of something, had to think of a way to free her friends, stop Sweet Tooth before she took over every pony in Equestria, including the princesses. The problem was, she wasn't that good at plans. Her friends were always the one to come up with ways to solve things. The times when she did have solutions, they just came to her randomly. That was how she was. She had a random eye or two, roll with it. She could be thinking about anything, how blue the sky was, or how many times becoming a bee in a staring contest. Then she does have Pinkie Pie bolted upright in bed, blue eyes flashing with fresh energy as a single random idea popped to the top of her mind. Sweet Tooth chuckled to herself and leaned against a nearby wall. After only half a day, the town hall was decorated from ceiling to floor with banners featuring what Sweet Tooth considered her royal emblem. Ponies were tending to every one of her vines, constantly plucking her thorns and caring for her many flowers. 2 particular flowers were getting a great deal of attention. One, a summer white, while the other was a midnight blue. While her every need was catered to by the rest of the town, Sweet Tooth was whiling away the afternoon by entertaining herself with Pinkie Pie's friends. The 5 mares in the center of the room, dressed in ridiculous costumes, and were attempting to perform a play. The play itself was a classic, but had been reduced to a laughingstock as the 5 mares were forced to play all 20 roles in the story, including the stallion characters. The performance was just about to reach the climactic scene. Sweet Tooth was snickering to herself. Rainbow Dash strode into the center of the room, dressed like a fine, high-class mare, while striding away from Applejack, who was dressed like some rough, debonair pirate. "You do not know what you ask of me!" Rainbow Dash exclaimed. She distanced herself from Applejack, put a hoof against her forehead dramatically. "Would you have me forsake my home, my family, my very country?" "I will do no less for you," Applejack answered, speaking in a deeper tone than her natural voice. "If it will bring us together, I will forsake the wild seas and the only life I've known. Yet, if I do these things, you know what will happen. I will stand trial, be found guilty of the crime of piracy, and you know what punishment I will face. But I cannot. I am not a man of the sea. I cannot live a life like yours. I am not strong enough." Applejack walked around to Rainbow Dash, put a hoof to the Pegasus' face. "It seems that while all pirates in this life may have become intertwined, they are not ready to merge. There is nothing left but farewell, my precious Skywind. But no, I will always care for you. Should you ever find the strength to face the sea and her woes, let's seek me out. There will always be a place for you by my side." "Oh, Jolly Roger," Rainbow Dash whispered. The pair began to lean in. The Sweet Tooth began to grin as the sultry kiss was about to force Rainbow Dash and Applejack to share. You know, any of you Apple Dash fans in the audience should start applauding right now. She was steadily losing her control of the 2 ponies once the kiss began. They seemed to reactions when they discovered they were swapping saliva. Unless, of course, they're already in a relationship, then it's not going to be funny. It's such a devilishly tempting idea. Sweet Tooth Lady was prepared to lift her mind control. The moment was about to begin. Applejack and Rainbow Dash were about to kiss. Hey, everybody! Who's ready to party? Sweet Tooth and every pony in the room twirled their heads towards the far wall of the room. A deep rumbling shook the town hall, forcing every pony on the floor to stumble, while Sweet Tooth struggled to keep her pod level. Then, in a cascading rain of splintering ruin, something blew the far wall of the town to pieces, creating a massive hole. Sweet Tooth quickly grabbed up Pinkie Pie's friends and held them at thorn point. The voice that called out was Pinkie's, and the plant wasn't about to take any chances. Pinkie Pie! You better explain yourself, or you're gonna find your friends! Oh, don't worry, Sweet Tooth. I'm not gonna hurt you, Pinkie Pie called out from the cloud of dust, confetti that lingered in a hole in the wall. From the cloud, a guard-stuck silhouette began to take shape. It was accompanied by the rumbling of wheels and the clanking of a steam engine. The monstrosity rolled into the town hall, breaking free of the concealing dust. It was a cake that was equal parts confectionery delight and spectacle. It rolled into the room on wooden treads. It filled the space with the richest smelling chocolate aroma Sweet Tooth had ever smelled. Every inch of the building-sized cake was dotted with hundreds of strawberries, resting on small cushions of sweet whipped cream and frosting flowers. The whole dessert was sprinkled with white chocolate shavings. Peppermint cannon barrels stuck out from the sides, and were launching bursts of powdered sugar in time with the music. The whole thing was driven by a steam engine attached to the back, which looked as if it was yanked out of a locomotive. Pinkie Pie was at the top of the cake, dancing in time with the music as it rolled into place in front of Sweet Tooth, who was watching with jaw hanging open. What is... Do you like it? Pinkie Pie asked as the peppermint king cans continued to launch off clouds of powdered sugar. I just came up with it. It's my party tank. It's like my party cannon, but not only does this bring the party wherever it goes, but it's totally and completely edible. Penstroke, what have I told you about predicting the future? Sweet Tooth visibly shook. She dropped Pinkie Pie's friends and began reaching out for dessert. Which was bigger than she was visibly salivating. I was about to take a bite out of the cake. She forced herself back. No! Sweet Tooth forced out, trying to regain control of herself. This is a trick! You're playing something! This cake! You're poisoning or something! Now, why would I go and ruin such a scrumptious cake with something icky like poison? Pinkie Pie asked. Used her hoe to scoop up some of the cake she was standing on. She stuffed the whole chunk into her mouth at once. Her cheeks bulged from the sheer amount of sugary goodness. She slurped it too noisily. Mmm, quintuple chocolate cake. Quintuple? Sweet Tooth feeling echoed. Her voice was weak. Yeah, Pinkie Pie said through her mouth full of cake. Chocolate cake made with chocolate chips and fudge bits, and the frosting is chocolate with chocolate marshmallows. I'm not even supposed to make this cake anymore. Not after I send my dad to the hospital for chocolate overdose.
So worth it.
Sweet Tooth reached out for the cake, but once again caught herself, turned her pod away, and held her thighs up to shield herself from the sight of a behemoth cake. No, get out of here! Get out of here now or your friends are toast! Music from the back of the cake died, and Pinkie Pie frowned. Aww, I don't want any. I made it for you. Do I look like I was poisoned yesterday? Sweet Tooth bellowed. She refused to turn her pod right to the cake. You made it to get rid of me! I know you're gay, Pinkie Pie! You've got something planned! No, I don't! Pinkie Pie says he heavily bounced down the cake, her hose leaving deep impressions in the frosting. I just thought that, with so many ponies hanging around the bakery not doing anything, I make the biggest cake ever! Sweet Tooth floated her fines. You got the ponies I put to guard you to help! Pinkie Pie nodded. She reached the bottom of the cake and bounded off the wooden platform that was supporting it. Yep! They were like,
we're just going to guard you.
And then I was like, but you don't want to make Sweet Tooth the happiest pony in the world. And then they were like, yes, but. And then they didn't say much because after I gave each of them something to do. Then, while they were mixing the batter, I went and grabbed every pony I could find to help. We must have been using every oven in Ponyville. Do you know how many cake bricks it took to make this? I honestly don't know either, but it was sure a lot. Licking her lips, Sweet Tooth allowed herself to lean into the cake. She drew in the sweet tent and almost collapsed. She was getting hungry. She'd been wondering why there weren't any fresh deliveries of sweets. Pinkie Pie must have recruited every pony in Ponyville, including those at Town Hall. Sweet Tooth drew a vine across the surface. scooping up a sample of frosting and placing it in her mouth. She smacked her lips and then curled her eyes. Oh! Oh, that is really good! Really good!
Try the best thing in Equestria, Pinkie Pie cheered. Nothing beats my quintuple chocolate cake.
But, why would you make this? Sweet Tooth asked. She let her paw down by Pinkie Pie. I threaten your friends. I'm planning to enslave all Equestria. Why would you bake me something like this?
Well, I can't beat you. If I try, you'll hurt my friends. Still, instead of just being grumpy about it, I decided to make the best of it. Just because every pony's a mindless flower slave doesn't mean we still can't have parties. As long as I can throw parties, I'm a happy Pinkie Pie.
She commented energetically, like a child explaining the simple truth to an adult. Sweet Tooth laughed and wrapped a vine around Pinkie Pie's shoulder. You know what? I like you. You're a random scatterbrain who's just looking for a good time. What's something I can use? About after I finish off this little treat, you get to work to begging me about something the size of cantaloupe. A whole seed cake just for me to eat. Pinkie Pie sprang into the air, unable to contain her excitement.
That sounds like so much fun! We'll wear circuit glass for windows, and graham crackers for the doors. It'll be just like making a gingerbread house, but it will be a city!
Sweet Tooth patted Pinkie contentiously on the head. That's exactly what it'll be. Now, why don't you get started on that? Well, I'll enjoy this little confection.
Oh, wait, I forgot something!
Pinkie Pie shouted. She stepped back to the cart and began bounding up to the very top of the cake. Once there, she placed a single candle very delicately on the frosting and lit it.
Let it be a party tank without at least one candle.
Of course, Sweet Tooth said, willing to put up with Pinkie Pie's antics, considering the sugar phrase he was about to enjoy. She let Pinkie Pie bounce down from the cake. It took a moment to blow out the little candle. Then, releasing all restraint, Sweet Tooth dove into the cake, slurping and greedy giggles as she swallowed down the cake. A grunting sound filled the room. As soon as Sweet Tooth's fruits had burst out of their pot, a huge bowl swelling up to accompany the massive intake of food. Sweet Tooth, however, took no notice and continued to eat. She began swallowing hunks of the cake whole, not even bothering to chew. All the while, Pinkie Pie stood back and watched with a happy smile as the party tank was destroyed by Sweet Tooth. It took only a few moments for Sweet Tooth's massive mouth to devour most of the cake. Within 15 minutes, he was licking the wooden platform that supported the cake crane. Oh, yes! Oh, that was good! Sweet Tooth slowed to herself. She slurped up the last trailing bits of frosting from her vines. She leaned back against the wall of Town Hall. You keep making things like that, Pinkie Pie, and I'll just let you play with your little friends once in a while. Maybe on the weekend. Does that sound fun?
Yes. But you know what sounds even more fun?
Pinkie threw her head into the air and cheered off the top of her lungs.
Piss off!
She looked up at Sweet Tooth expectantly. For a time, nothing happened. Pinkie Pie began to race hastily about, even tapped her hoof a few times, as if waiting for something. It was an act that led Sweet Tooth to tilt her head in plotting confusion. Blast off! What do you mean? Warning. The following explosion may deaden your eardrums. So, we here at Speedster Studios do humbly request that all of you turn down your volume to its lowest level. Thank you. In that moment, a resounding boom filled the room as Sweet Tooth burst apart. The earth-shattering explosion covered every inch of the town hall interior of plant bits, chocolate cake, and powdered sugar, leaving nothing left of Sweet Tooth. All the ponies in the room were thrown back by the explosion, either to be plastered against the wall or thrown out of the hole created by Pinkie Pie's party tank. The only pony who managed to stay standing was Pinkie Pie, who lowered her hose to the ground and pouted.
Aww! My timing was off! So then I jumped to the top of the cake to light the candle. But when I lit the candle, I also lit a fuse that I hid inside the cake. Then all I had to do was let Sweet Tooth eat the cake with my peppermint powdered sugar canes. I was afraid a can wouldn't go off, because it was being a little fussy when I put it in. Still, when they all went off inside Sweet Tooth, it blew her to pieces. And that is how I saved all of you!
Pinkie Pie finished her very long-winded explanation with a bright, full smile. Well, that wasn't shared by the ponies she was speaking with. In front of her, in their costumes for Sweet Tooth's play, and dressed in a mixture of chocolate cake and gooey plant bits, was her 5 friends. Standing behind them was Princess Celestia and Luna. The explosion that marked Sweet Tooth's demise had been audible all the way to Canterlot, striking with the same bang of a loud firework going off. It was enough to draw the attention of not only the royal guard, but the princesses as well, fearing not only for the town, but for the mayors that were the current wielders of the elements of harmony. Luna and Celestia led the group of royal guard that was dispatched to Ponyville. None of them, however, were ready for what they would find. That is a very interesting story, Princess Luna commented. She looked over her shoulder at the Ponyville Town Hall, where the end results of Pinkie Pie's plan were clearly visible. It does explain why the interior of that building is coated in a concoction of chocolate cake and what looks like mass alfalfa, though I am puzzled that where such a plant could have come from. That's certainly not a sugar-eating monstrosities 1,000 years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a lingering trick of discards, Celestia commented, her gaze hardening at the thought of the Draconequus. I would not put the creation of such an abomination past him. Dart, how do you think she found me out? Under a pause, Celestia let her expression soften to a smile. Still, no matter the plant's origins, I am happy to hear you found a way to deal with the situation, Pinkie Pie. I'm happy too. After all, I can't think of any pony that would like to live in a place where every pony is controlled by a mean bean plant. Celestia chuckled. Neither can I. Still, since the situation seems to be under control here, I believe it is time Luna and I departed. We do, after all, need to stop by Manhattan and make sure Mogul Magnet is also free of the plant's control. I also feel good if the three of us sat down and discussed his business practices, if only to ensure he keeps Ponyville Starbucks closed. Okie dokie, Pinkie Pie chimed, leaving a hoof as the princesses took off. Then she put her host to the side of her face and sighed. Oh, and be sure to come back! Once we clean this up, I'm going to throw a party to celebrate every pony getting back to normal. It would be so fun if you could come. The princesses paused mid-air, nodding their head as Pinkie Pie shouted in invitation, before they were soon soaring off in the direction of Manhattan. Pinkie Pie wants to fly away for a few moments, before turning back to her friends, who are still trying to wrap their minds around what happened. So, let me be sure I have this straight, Rainbow Dash said. That plant you found could talk, and it was controlling all of us using its flowers. Pinkie Pie nodded. Yeah, and she was making you do all so many crazy things. She made Fluttershy ready to make all those bears, and she made you drop on top of a cloud to make a mist. Yeah, you told us all that. But how did you beat it again? I tried to eating my powder sugar cannons, and they all went off inside her belly. Or inside her. Do plants even have bellies? Does she even have eyes? How was she able to see without eyes? Or maybe...
Now, hold your horses there.
I got one more question. Applejack asked. Now, I get all that happened, and I get how you saved us. But how much hard nice did you actually get Sweet Tooth to actually eat that cake? From the way you told it, it's sort of like he didn't trust you at first. Oh, that was easy. I just acted like how she thought I was, Pinkie Pie explained. Applejack really nodded her head, and then looked over at Twilight. You mind elaborating on that, Sugarcube? Because that made as much sense as an orange apple. Twilight paused like sub was green, and chocolate mud from her face before answering. I think what Pinkie Pie is trying to say is that Sweet Tooth thought she was just a random pony. So Pinkie Pie acted like that. She acted silly, made herself look like a fool. That way Sweet Tooth wouldn't suspect she was capable of anything. It's actually a very cunning plan. Oh, thanks, Twilight. That means a lot coming from you, Pinkie Pie said. Still, I think it's time we got to the truly important question, Rarity inquired. Why are the Equestria always wearing such tacky clothes? Oh, those are costumes, Pinkie Pie explained before she dove into their long-winded tangent. You see, Sweet Tooth was having you all put on a play before I rolled my party tank in. I almost decided to wait because I wanted to see the end. It was a really good play. You were playing your part so well. Twilight was a general, Rarity was a baroness, Applejack was a pirate captain, and Rainbow Dash was the daughter of a baroness. It was a big climax, too. Applejack and Rainbow Dash were about to kiss, and wanted to see what would happen before I brought the tank in, but then...
Pinkie Pie!
A voice called, drawing her attention. The mayor was standing near the wooden, steam-powered platform Pinkie had used to roll for party tank into town hall. Yeah, Pinkie Pie shouted out. Can you move this out of the way? We need to check underneath to see if there's any part of the plant still alive. Oh, sure, be right there, Pinkie Pie answered. Then she began to bounce off in that direction, leaving her 5 friends stunned and awake. Twilight, Rarity, and Fluttershy turned their heads to look at Applejack and Rainbow Dash, who both stood with their mouths hanging open, their pupils the size of pinheads. Did she say we were about to? Rainbow Dash began to ask, only for Applejack to cut her off. Yes, she did. And do you think we... Ow, don't know, Rainbow Dash nodded her head. Then, without third warning, sprinted off. Applejack was a few steps behind, and they both shouted at the top of their lungs, Pinkie Pie! That boy Caius! Iris out. The end. This fic Well, what more needs to be said? I mean, it's not really that in depth. There's only about 3 chapters, but that's okay. It was just as long as it needed to be, and it was done well. So, yeah, not every story needs me to give an in-depth lecture about it. Sometimes a really good story is just needs to be well done, and that is what we got here. A well done, excellent story. And if I may heap on one of the greatest praise that I can, I really think that this whole entire story could be an episode or a two-part on its own, all starring little Pinkie Pie. There's no real violence. The scare level is show accurate, and the way they centered some of the more bloodier bits, like chopping up people or letting Audrey 2 eat people, was pretty well done, and I could totally see how it would work in an episode. Heck, even the music I would love to hear actually play to the actual tunes, and even have Daniel Ingram make the music. Heck, I would also love to hear Audrey 2 actually sing these lyrics, or even Tim Curry. The jokes were spot on. Timing, delivery, and the absurdity of them, all done beautifully. And always having a chance to make me laugh and giggle at every single scene. Which brings me to my other favorite part, Pinkie Pie. See, this is the type of randomness I love about Pinkie Pie. She's just random enough to where what she's doing at first may look silly and ridiculous, but then you actually see how smart she can be. While she may be hopelessly optimistic and full of joy and energy, she also does point out that she can cry, she can feel bad about things, or she can feel sad. While at the same time, we also see her so often, despite the fact that she has to deal with those things, she can also be eternally helpful. And even being able to actually use that cute little brain of hers. The whole entire thing just feels like a type of thing, an episode I would love to see. And a whole entire story to be able to bring it all together. Done beautifully. I also just love the fact that Audrey 2 felt like a character, and speaking of which, being able to do Mean Green Mother from one of my favorite childhood musicals, spot on. Well, that was fun, and Nightmare Night grows to a close. Next time, we bring you something a little more interesting. I know how Alice is keen to be. And my friends, they all have such interesting pets. Some of them are quite unique, while others seem perfect for them. How do they get them, though? Where do their pets come from? I wonder. Next time, Perfect Companions. I'll see you there.